Hello friends, this is Dipali Bedi. I'm a clinical psychologist. I work with Sukoon Psychotherapy Center and I run this awareness program by the name of Sukoon Pledge to Seek Help. Today I'm going to talk about the importance of number of children in a family. Many people in my therapy setup have come, and during their therapies at various stages they have asked me that they have one child, and is it necessary that they should have one more? Because somewhere many people around in their society do talk about that one child doesn't have a company enough at home, so would need another child. It was also rare that in the last generation there were one kid in the house, but it was not impossible, and I don't think all are screwed up people. Sorry, I have good friends and good knowns who are single kids of their parents and doing well. So it is not at all a mandate that एक बच्चा is bad. It depends on how you bring up the child and not about the number of children. That is important. If you have many children and you cannot afford to have them, that would be a bigger issue. अगर 2 बच्चे हैं और 2 बच्चे को पालने की हिम्मत नहीं है, that's going to be a worse scenario, not the idea that you have just one child and you can really bring that up well. So it is not about the number of children. I really don't get it from where does this scenario comes where there's a huge concept that there should be more children. Socialization can be learned otherwise also. Interaction in the society can be increased, which is more important than just the whole idea of having a brother or a sister in the house. And it is not necessary that if there are 2 kids in the house, they have a perfect company with each other. And that is not surely to do with the factor that age gap ज़्यादा है इसलिए company नहीं मिलती. But otherwise also, age gap ज़्यादा है तो it's common where people say that it's my cousin sister only who had last told me that she's got a cousin, she's got a real sister who is 7 years younger to her, and she said ये तो लगता है कि दूसरी generation है यार, कि मुझसे बात क्या कर समझ नहीं आता. The elder feels that she's too mature for the kid sister, and there's a huge generation gap which she cannot handle. But otherwise also, there need not be a mandate that if there are 2 kids, they'll play with one another, they'll interact the same way. Indeed, a very recent client of mine, I asked, the mother came with a complaint that the son doesn't socialize so much, and I asked about the sibling relationship. She said नहीं, उसके साथ में भी नहीं है, मतलब as if they 2 separately exist, they don't interact much. And trust me, this was not because of any sort of illness, but the very nature that he had. He is a very introvert person, and on the other side, the younger brother is too outgoing. He says I cannot relate with him. I prefer being with my books, I prefer being in my own life than really so much being interactive. He is a person with a lot of energy, so sorry, I can't gel so much with him. Obviously there's no enmity over there, but there's no real, there's even a bond, but there's no real interactions, and there's not like they're not the buddies over there. and there's not even much of a sibling rivalry over there. It is not like, they keep fighting or something. They don't. This elder one is very much involved into his own life. He'll be basically sitting with his books, and that's how it is. He's not interested in being like his younger brother. So, having a sibling doesn't assure anything. It is good parenting. It is about, if you want the child to learn socialization, the person needs to learn socialization with everybody else. Having multiple children or having even two children is not an assurance of a good childhood. And being a single child is not an assurance that the child would be spoiled, perhaps who would not be in control. Sorry, that's not the case. So the number of children don't define any of these things. Why are we putting so much of pressure on ourselves that we need to have a second child? And where on the other side we all, at least the educated class or some set of class, are talking about the fact that our population needs to be in control. We can't, as an individual we cannot control the whole society, but as an individual we can decide the number of children we have at home. So please, one or two child is completely dependent on your resources, your availability, how much can you invest into the child, how much time can you give to the child, how much money can you give to the child, how much other facilities can you give to the child, and not about, you don't need to create a cricket team at home कि उसको बाहर निकलना ना पड़े. प्लीज़, क्रिकेट टीम अगर घर में होगी तो उसको बाहर इंटरेक्ट करना बिल्कुल ही नहीं आएगा, which is going to be worst. So one needs to learn to interact with the bigger world. Now the world is getting smaller and smaller. People have to learn to look out and interact with the bigger world, and not just within the family. We have to be more open to the bigger world. The society is out there. So that needs to be learned, not just the fact that, घर पे cricket team पैदा कर लो and just stick into this. You're going to basically become redundant one day, then be sure of that. Right? Thank you.